reverend father realized that the older people got, they became broke and they couldn't live comfortably and the church couldn't sustain them. And so the reverend father sat down with his congregation and said to them, guys, we're getting old and we don't have any money. Why don't you take a little bit of your money, put it in a bank that we will set up, and we will give you interest. So by the time you get to that particular age, you will have money reserved for you. It was a biblical idea that if you're going to live long, you need to prepare for your old age. Are you here? So when you know certain things, are you here? When you know certain things, it transforms you. The third level is, is the discipline of conformity. I remember what Miles Monroe said. Miles said, the reason why I didn't I didn't have sex before I got married was simply because rather than look at decisions alone, I began to look at the consequences of my decision. So he said he began to look at his friends and his classmates. He was noticing that some of the girls in his class had children out of wedlock. And the boys they had those children for, their entire lives were wrecked because they couldn't stay in school anymore. They had to go and get jobs to look after their children. So they were looking at what? Consequences. Are you here? And so when you look at consequences, you now conform and say, I'm not going to smoke because it's likely I will get lung cancer. I'm not going to have sex out of wedlock because I don't want to have a child outside. You know, that was before they made condoms. I don't know how useful those are now, but anyway, you know what I mean. But the point I'm trying to make is when you look at consequences, it helps you to conform. You don't steal because you know that one day. How many of you know that they say to us that if you lie, you have to keep remembering your lie in order to live well? But if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember because the truth will always be the truth. Are you here? And so we began to look at those three things. And I'm just doing a recap here. That your lifestyle, when you conform to God's standard, deliverance becomes automatic. And I shared with you about what happens in 1 John, when 1 John tells you that the blood, if we walk in the light as he is in the light, then the blood automatically cleanses you. You don't even know that it has cleansed you. You've made a mistake and it has washed you clean. Because that's part of God's process. Are you here? You understand what I'm saying? So it's automatic. It's a place you get to where you walk with God and his mercy just follows you. How many of you know that one of the things we say is goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life? So every time you make a mistake, goodness is there with you.